Today I'm gonna be showcasing 5 incredible yet super simple horde base concepts that will either loop the zombies infinitely or send them plummeting down into pit hole. This video will be especially helpful to new players taking on their very first horde, or it could offer some new variations for seasoned veteran players. I'm gonna be talking about strengths and weaknesses and providing you a guide on exactly how you can achieve each design. With that being said, let's get started. 7 Days to Die Blood Moon Horde can be relentless, and without solid base, it is very easy to get overwhelmed. This first base we have is very common Polewalk base that many players like to use. For new players out there, it is recommended to fight the zombos elevated from the ground at least 5 blocks high and provide some sort of choke point where the zombies can funnel through. This Polewalk base consists of 3 parts: a typical stairs, Polewalk, and a main platform where we are fighting the zombies. The main body of the base should be at least 3 by 3, and you can build it with cobblestone early game, and later game it is recommended to upgrade the cobblestone into concrete and add more layers to the main body, and I leave a window here where we can melee or shoot at the zombies. Keep in mind that you should either put ramps facing the zombies or build face of the base 4 blocks high in order to prevent the zombies stacking on top of each other and going over your base. Regarding the poles, you can use any type of pole, but I like using 0.025 middle pole, and we go advanced rotation to find this exact orientation. And there you go. We got ourselves entry level pretty good horde base. Note that you don't really have to build everything from scratch. You can utilize already existing buildings and just extend poles from rooftop, and this will save you some time and resources. One weakness of this base is that this block here and top block do get damaged by the zombies, so make sure to watch the health of the block here and there and repair as you go. Coming up to the next base, we have very similar design to the previous version, but this time we have vertical poles. It is very important to note that this base only works with centered pole right here. If we use middle pole as we used in our first base, it will not work at all. I got this idea from reading comments on my previous videos, so thank you guys so much for all the suggestions. And I found out that this base does better job in dropping the zombies, since we have gaps in between the poles where the zombies can just drop down. The face of the base doesn't get damaged that much as compared to the first base. However, there's one weakness here, and that is these vertical poles makes the zombies wobble too much. So for the marksman out there who likes doing piercing headshots with armor piercing bullets, this could be a little problematic. But we can eliminate this issue by building a hybrid version, as I will showcase endgame variation at the end of this video. Coming up to the third place, we have a very simple change to our primary base. The usage of ramp block in the middle of the poles will make things much more smoother. The ramp here will gently guide the zombies off their path, making them loop around. Also, the addition of this ramp provides much more room for improvisation, as we can incorporate traps or even build alongside of a wall of a building. I made a separate video on this exact design. I will leave a card up on top for you guys to check out later. Speaking of looping the zombies, coming up to the second place, we have a build that is purely designed for looping the zombies. I learned this concept by watching Jawoodle's video, and I just had to include in this video because it is just that good. This base exploits a glitch in zombo pathing, and it is achieved by placing filler ramps upside down alongside both sides and half cubes to guide the zombies. The zombos will see the gap as a viable path to reach you, and they will just plummet down. However, with this base design you cannot really use a melee weapon, which could be a little problematic early game, but other than that, this base works wonder. Keep in mind that sometimes the zombies will randomly hit the entrance blocks right here, so we have to take them down first. And you should build this corridor at least 3 blocks high, or make some sort of fence on top like this to prevent the zombies going over it. Before we go into the first place, make sure to hit that like button and follow the channel for more content like this. Alright, in the first place we have Oscillating Pillar Walk design. This base works just as effective as the second place, but it requires way less resources to build, and because there is no entrance compared to the previous version, there's just nothing for the zombos to randomly hit. It still has the same weakness that you cannot really use melee weapon with this base, but again, you can build hybrid version to resolve that issue, which I'm gonna be showcasing in a bit. To build this base, we are using centered half pillars. I found out that this doesn't work with the side-centered version. The thickness doesn't really matter, but you know, we just have to use centered half pillars. And we're gonna be putting the pillars in oscillating pattern. To do that easily, we first put 2 pillars up and down, and then just copy the shape and rotation and place the rest. Alright, so here's the 5 base designs which are gonna be highly effective and very helpful for new players. And here is the in-game variation that I've built. We have 2 Polewalks going along to the face of the base. And we are using hybrid variation. On one side we are using vertical poles, on the other side we are using normal Polewalk, and then we are using the oscillating pillars right here to make the zombies to drop down. If you are playing with friends, you can, you know, take on the zombies on both sides. If you are playing alone, you can still fight the zombies on both sides. The right side is made for melee weapons that you can easily fight the zombies. And the left side is made for using guns and shooting the zombies. And we have the poop hole here where you can throw some throwables down at the pit to deal with the zombies. And there you go, man. This is the endgame variation, hybrid version of all the concepts that we are using here. I mean, there are many in-game base designs out there, but I think this design right here is up there within the top in terms of efficiency and how sturdy it is. As you guys can see, previous versions can be easily upgraded to the in-game version. It just has more mass to it. And also a pit hole that you guys can add later. I made a step-by-step guide on a similar in-game base, so I will leave a card on top for you guys to check out later. Alright, I'm gonna be ending the video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, and peace!